What's up, everybody? Nothing too exciting going on today. Just got done with my work shift and stepped out for a bit, mostly to just get some air and to check in. Hoping to go to the Brazos River later this week, and so I've come out today to get some bait. I got my cast net with me. I'm gonna toss that in and try for some shad, or if I'm lucky, a tilapia or a carp, and I'm gonna put that in the fridge and use that for cut bait if I get the chance at the river. And I brought my cheapo fishing rod as well, and figured while I was at it, I might as well take a couple of casts here, maybe get a bass or something. So that's about it. I really love this spot, but the water is very clear and shallow, and the fish can definitely see you. So whenever I walk up, I spook them. But the last time I was here throwing my cast net, I actually got a pretty good sized largemouth bass in my cast net. And I've caught a couple here on rod and reel, so I'm gonna try to sneak up. I know they're gonna see me, but I'm gonna try anyway, so let's see what happens. Well, I've made a few casts in the inlet here and I haven't gotten any bites, but I see some really strange activity on the surface, which I think is fish feeding, but I can't tell what it is. It might be tilapia, but there's like a whole school of something just kind of floating around at the surface. I don't know if they're feeding or trying to get air or what. Got something. What's that? Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I hooked a bluegill and there was a monster fish trailing it, trying to eat the bluegill. I think it might have been a flathead catfish. Oh my God, it's on. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I don't know what that is. That is wild. There's no way that I'm gonna be able to reel this big predator fish in. Oh my gosh, did you see that? I think it's a huge bass, but I don't have the tackle to handle this bass. I think it's a monster bass. Extremely light line, a tiny little reel, no net. I thought it was a big flathead catfish, but I think it's a monster bass. Oh, you see that? I think he's on. Holy smokes, I wasn't expecting that. I think the bass might be on there. If so, I'm gonna have to loosen this drag up. I don't see how. Oh my gosh, I think there's a monster largemouth bass on here. But I don't know how I can possibly hook him. I mean, there's no way to. I don't think he'll be hooked by the lure. But I think he's on. Oh, he dropped off. Holy smokes, that is crazy. I'm gonna have to come back here with a big lure or hook up a little bluegill on a big hook and fish for this monster bass. That is an absolute whopper. Oh my, have a look at this. This might actually be too small for that bass, but I'm gonna put him on and I'm gonna see if I can get him. So I've caught this little sunfish or something in the cast net, probably too small for that bass, honestly. And I've got this Roadrunner lure here with these little treble hooks on it, which is also too small. And I'm gonna toss this out there and see if I can get that monster bass to take this. The bluegill that he took off my line before was like 10 times this size. What I really need to do is find somebody's old thrown away gear here. Like, here's a piece of fishing line from somebody. If I could find a hook, I could probably get a decent sized piece of bait and maybe actually catch this thing. But let's see what happens here. Gonna sneak on up here. I try to set this camera up. Last time he was jumping and breaking the water like crazy. I'd really like to get that on camera. So I'm gonna toss this guy out there. All right, well, either the little bluegill that I'm using is too small or that huge bass is full from swallowing that monster bluegill that I had on before. So regardless, I haven't seen him since. That was like 20 minutes ago. Definitely, if I don't see him again today, I'm gonna be coming back here sometime soon to try to catch that monster bass. That was just really neat. Well, the monster bass seems to have disappeared. So I'm gonna get back to what I had originally come down here to do, which is to throw my cast net and try to get some bait. Alrighty, that's a little bit better. Got a couple of little shad. Not enough though, I need bigger ones. Well, this is not going so well. Usually I can come down here, 1 or 2 throws right offshore with the net and get a whole school of shad. Just fill that bucket up with 1 or 2 casts. But I think it's just so hot and the water's so shallow here that the fish that are in here have moved out to the deepest, coolest part of this lake. So the only other place I could really potentially get some good bait with the cast net would be over where that bass is. And I really don't want to throw the net in there and spook him because I'd like to try to catch him. But maybe what I'll do is I'll put one of those shad that I caught on the hook and try one more time for him. And if he doesn't bite, then I'll start throwing my net over there. I highly doubt this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try one of these live shad on here and see if I can get that big bass. Really, probably the most I could hope for is just to see him or to have him on there for a minute. Shad came off. Well, no further sign of monster bass, unfortunately. So I may have to try for him another day, but I will definitely be trying for him another day. So I'm gonna break the casting out in this inlet here and see if I can get some good shad. A tilapia, carp would be awesome. So time to really switch over to bait catching mode. That's more like it. You see that? That is what I needed. Look at that. That's tilapia. And those are some nice big ones in there. Look at that. See these guys? That's really, really good cut bait there. Gar love these, catfish love these. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 good size ones. That's really all I need. So that was just one good throw there. I got these nice tilapia. Now these, I love the taste of tilapia. If these were from a cleaner waterway, I would definitely eat these guys. But I think there's just too much pollution around here. But they are an invasive species, and you are supposed to remove them from the waterway per Texas Department of Wildlife or whatever. So 2 birds with 1 stone here. We're removing an invasive species, and we're getting really excellent cut bait. Does that look like bass food or what? That looks like perfect bass bait. Look at the size of those little shad. If I was properly geared up here. Spooked our little friend. These shad are great too, but I like them bigger than this. If I could keep them alive, this would be good. But they're so thin, they dry out so quickly. I need bigger ones for cut bait. But you know, I almost wish I hadn't thrown that net so many times, because I think this would just be absolutely perfect for that big largemouth bass. Maybe. All right, yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today. I got what I came for, and I got a little more than I bargained for. Definitely was not expecting to see that monster bass in here. And the moral of the story is always be prepared. If I had come down here with some proper tackle for bass fishing, then there's a good chance I could have caught that fish, and that would have been really cool. So look for another video soon, because I'm probably gonna come back maybe tomorrow or sometime in the next couple of days and see if I could catch that fish. So that would be really awesome. And I hope everyone's doing all right, staying healthy, staying sane. Thank you guys for watching, and take care. I'll see you soon.